may not even be regular Mass attenders, and we need to evangelize them. We need to also, for those families that are strong, assist the parents in evangelizing their children, again, reinforcing them. And then there are those who are outside of our community, who are not Catholic or who are not even Christian, and it is also our vocation to evangelize them. That's going to take a little bit longer in the wide scheme of things here, but that is something that we're called to do as well. So we're outwardly focused, family-centered. We don't want to be something that takes away from family life. We want to be something that enhances family life. And that's why I'm so glad to see so many parents here today, because we want you to be a part of youth ministry. And we recognize that everyone has busy schedules. But my ideal would be for every parent to at least spend, even if they're really busy and can't come that much, but maybe even just come in twice a semester, even if it's just helping out with food, even if it's just being there once or twice. I want parents to know what's going on. I want them to see their kids. And on the other end, I want to have the teens see their parents serving. That's really valuable. I want them to see you putting your faith outside the home in action. So that's really important. Powered by prayer. Oh, and the other thing I want to say about that is that we don't expect everybody to do everything. And as you'll see when we go into our future plans and everything, I understand that we don't want everybody here 4 nights a week. But we do want you to pick something and stick with it. Because we know we've got swimming team, and
basketball
plays and all that. Powered by prayer. All of you here today, especially if you're making a commitment to be on core team, is involving a serious commitment to prayer. I'm not going to strictly require, but I really would like for everybody that's interacting with teams on a weekly basis, if you're on core team, to have a regular holy hour once a week. And even if you're volunteering in a more logistical kind of way, and maybe once a month, but the more intensely you are involved in youth ministry, the more intensely your prayer life should become. And if you can't make the commitment to have a more intense prayer life, then I wouldn't make a more intense commitment to youth ministry. Because if you don't have, if those two don't go side by side, then we're just running on fumes, and we don't really have that fuel to power what we're doing. I'm going to quickly mention that I intend to recruit prayer partners who can't volunteer necessarily to be at our youth nights and our programming, but they're going to volunteer to offer either a weekday Mass intention, a private intention, or a holy hour, and we'll assign each prayer partner to either a core member volunteer, so they can pray for the volunteer working with the teens, or assign them to one of our teens that is registered. So currently there's about 80 that are registered, and there's about 20 of you here today. So we need to recruit a lot of these, but we do have probably 100. How many people do perpetual adoration here? It has to be over 100 to make it happen. So we're powered by prayer, sacramentally focused. We are preaching the Word. We're also, as Catholics, we not only have the Word of God, the teachings of the Church, we not only have the saints to give us examples, but we have, you might think of the fuel, the power, that kind of life in the sacraments. And so we are sacramentally focused. We're focused on teaching the sacraments, on drawing teens to the sacraments, and having them realize what kind of potential is there for a life of holiness if they are sacramentally focused. And finally, we're dynamic. What I mean by that is that we have old-fashioned truth, and truth never changes, but technology changes, and we want to be up with the times. That's one of the biggest things that Catholics have failed in general in, and especially in youth ministry. That's why we have this website. That's why we're on Facebook. That's why we use text messaging and everything. And as technology changes, we want to be up with that. But we also, not only with technology, but the cultural trends have also change. And that means that sometimes the way that we do things needs to change in the way we interact. We need to know how to speak the language of the culture. It doesn't mean we bring ourselves down to lower our values, but we need to be aware of what's going on there. We can't stick our head in the sand and just pretend like things aren't going on. So that's what I mean by dynamic. So that pretty much sums up our values, our mission, and everything. I want to give you just a quick brief tour of the rest of the website, and you can finish the rest of it at home. I've already shown you the Explore the Catholic Faith. You all know about our new youth center. At lunch, if you want to go get a quick tour of that, I can take you over there. This is really important to get connected with us. There's a few different ways, and the first way, you probably all have been receiving emails from me. We have a service called Flocknote, which our parish is going to be adapting. Flocknote is a way that we can communicate with you, and we can communicate with all our parishioners based on what ministries we have. We just have a few up here right now, but for example, if you want to receive updates on the extraordinary form of the Mass, you when you log in, you can click subscribe. If you want to get a weekly bulletin email, you would click subscribe right here. So we plan to put all the ministries of the parish, and then the leader will be able. You remember when I just went in there and sent you that note? I just typed up a little note, and everything, and hit send. It took me like 1 minute. It might take you a little bit longer if you're new to it, but the idea is that the leader of that ministry group can go in and send a message right. And the really cool thing is that you can also, if you like to text, and this is something that would come really handy this week with our weather situation. You can, if you provide your phone number and you elect this, we're not going to send you a text without you electing it. But if when I send a message, or this particular group sends you a message, if you want to receive the message by text, you just click right here, text message. And if when somebody replies to a note, if you want to receive that by email or text, you can do that. So that's pretty cool because you choose how you want to communicate. A lot of the I shouldn't say a lot, but some of the teens have signed up for the text messaging thing. I know Allie has, and and there's been a meeting that she may have forgotten about. She texts me right back, and so it's really nice because we have a lot going on, and it's a nice reminder. But we also want to make it so that we're not bugging you too much. So you kind of choose what frequency. As you can see here, you can also, if you just want to get summary once a week, you can do that. And you would, if you just wanted to get an email once a week, you would click this right here, and then you wouldn't get them as they come. You just get a summary email once a week. The disadvantage for that is if it's something urgent, like we're canceling Mass because there's snow, then you wouldn't get that right away. Or you could just have it come by text, and then so it would come by text but not by email. You can do it however you want. I'm setting mine to come by email.
Josh, the subject is snow. I presume that if people are snowed in, that you don't expect us to show up, that we don't have to.
Right, and generally the rule
especially
is
if you
if
don't have
schools,
electricity, it's hard to contact you.
yeah, if schools cancel, we're canceled too.
All right.
So
If school's canceled, we cancel.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So that's a way that I'd like for you to get connected. As you can notice on here, there is a group called Youth Ministry Volunteers. You're already a part of it. So And when you first log in, you will have to provide you'll put your email address in, and you'll have to click forgot password because I registered you, but I haven't chosen a password for you, and you can go through and get your password, and then from then on you can log in.
So is that separate from the other fluff notes that we've already been receiving? Or is it the same as
It's the
that?
same thing.
Okay.
You just, yeah, and I can put this link up on the website. You just put your address in here, and then you can get a password and log in and choose your preferences like I just showed you. So, and I hope that the, again, we hope this to be parish-wide, not just for youth ministry. Yeah, you can, there's a little thing on the bottom to change your preferences. You can just click on one of those links. So get connected also on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, and we have a page that you can like. There's a link to that right here. And also for posting pictures, we put the pictures in, and you can post pictures too. I want everybody to be posting pictures. But you have to be a part of the group. The difference between a page and a group is I can control who's a part of a group. I can't control who likes the page. You have to be approved to be a part of the group. So, for that reason, I don't put that many pictures up on the page. I put them on the group.